What's up, guys? Patrick here, and I actually have a video coming out very, very soon. And it's gonna be another video on somebody. I won't be able to upload that much when school starts, maybe one or two videos a week, which kinda sucks. But that's just because I need to get used to school again. Just kids there, and just. But today we are going to be doing a list of all of the Trippie Red songs off of his new album, ! Whatever you want to call it. It's supposed to be a tribute to X, and I would say I personally actually kind of enjoyed this album. It's getting a lot of hate because he had beef with X, and he when it's supposed to be a tribute to him. But I really don't mind it. People are saying Trippie is falling off. I mean, I don't really see that at all. He seems to be getting a lot of likes and comments, and he can clap back with another album and still be fine, I think. But yeah. A reaction and review, a reaction on my music channel and a review on this main channel will be coming out soon, so if you want to see that, then great. I'm gonna get into the full swing back again to reviewing albums now that I have more storage on my phone. But yeah, let's just get right into this. I'm actually pretty excited. So, at the absolute worst, we have Riot. I really don't like this song. Trippie really doesn't want to use his melody to his advantage in this song. 1 minute he's using his, low tune vocal, then he's using his high tune vocal, then he's using his middle tune vocal, all in one word. It's almost like he's trying to be Young Thug by surprising people to keep the track interesting, which, yes, that would have kept the track interesting if he didn't utilize it in such a horrible way. I mean, I may seem like I'm going hard on this track, but I just really don't like it. It's a really big turnoff for me on the album. Next up, we have Keep Your Head Up. Just kind of a plain track. Not much to say about it. Just not that much enjoyment out of it. Now we have Explanation Mark itself. Just kind of doesn't... Trippie doesn't sound right over this type of beat. Everybody's saying Trippie's trying to go mainstream, which I highly doubt. He doesn't seem to be in the position to go mainstream at any time, just with his image and all. But, I mean, this just shows why he shouldn't. It really isn't that great, and, I don't know, it just wasn't my favorite. A lot of people do like it, though, so, maybe I just need to listen to it a couple more times, like I will tomorrow. And next up, we have the mediocre tracks, which, I try. I actually was really, really excited when I heard the hook. Not so excited when I heard the verses. But, he just kind of beat the same flow right into the ground, pounded it into the ground. Which, could annoy some people. I didn't really care. It's kind of like how Travis Scott beat the same flow into the ground on Sicko Mode, which, by the way, Astroworld Worst to Best coming soon. But, I didn't really mind all this much. I feel like it was just supposed to be that one track. While I am a little bit disappointed, I do have to say I don't really mind all that much, and I actually, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this track. And next up, we have the biggest disappointment for me on the album, which, if you're wondering why it's not behind I Try, I just found I Try a little bit less boring. The problem is, with I Try, I didn't have that much expectations. It just surprised me at first. With this one, I had high expectations, because not only do Playboi Carti and Trippie Redd just feel like a perfect duo, but, I just heard the snippet when he was live streaming the snippets on Instagram, and then I seen the actual video where he showed the snippets, and, he showed the hook, which, that sounded great, and then he showed Playboi Carti's verse, which, that was also pretty great. But then I listened to the actual track. The verse just kind of disappointed me when I heard the rest of Playboi Carti's verse, and Trippie's hook also kind of disappointed me around the end, just kind of feeling the same. But, yeah, also the instrumental on this didn't help. Might I add, the instrumentals on this album, they all sounded really, really similar, which isn't necessarily a problem. It was just a small little nitpick for me that I found just the slightest bit annoying. Be Yourself, probably the end of the mediocre tracks right here. I mean, it was just kind of mediocre. This is the mediocre track itself. I mean, for I Try, you had the mediocre flow and verse. For Be Yourself, or They Afraid of You, sorry. Uh, you had the just very disappointing thing that just the track ended up being mediocre and failing for me. Be Yourself just is like plain mediocre. Like those two other tracks, I give like a 4.8 and 4.9 out of 10. These ones, this one, I'd probably give like a 5 out of 10 just straight up. Like, this was not my favorite track, just kind of boring, in my opinion at least. Now, signing off, probably like a 6 out of 10 track, or 6.5 out of 10 for me. Not necessarily mediocre or too bad, just kind of in between, you know? Throw It Away is just kind of a track that I can just jam out to all day without a problem. Trippie Red has a beautiful melody on this, and it just shows that he can utilize his voice and actually make some good mainstream songs, which, I mean, I'm actually kind of happy to hear this. Now, here we have Mac 10 with Lil Baby and Lil Duke. When I first heard this, and I heard that it was a snippet for the album, I don't know what it was, but I absolutely hated, and I mean hated this track. But now that I listen to it over and over again, it grew on me like within a week. This track grew on me fast, and after the music video came out, I mean, I don't know, there was just something about it, now I can't stop listening to it. And I can already feel you little OG Lil Baby people commenting, oh, but Lil Baby doesn't sound that great on autotune. Yes, I know, he doesn't on certain tracks, but on this one, he utilizes it perfectly, and Lil Duke, while his verse was just kind of plain, I mean, he does still bring some excitement to the track with some wit at least, which I can give it a pass, probably a 7.8 out of 10 track for me. So, I mean, yeah. And next up we have Snakeskin, aka probably the everybody's most favorite track on the album. While it isn't mine, and I do have to say I actually kind of hated on it at first because it was getting so much love, it's just an all-out okay track for me, and I can really listen to it any other day. Probably an 8 out of 10 for me, exactly on the dot. And, yeah, it's just a fine track. Nothing much else to say about it, and it's just a Trippie Red track. And now we have Enemy Arms. Now, Enemy Arms was actually getting a lot of hate when it first came out. Probably because 6ix9ine fans were mad because in the music video he hinted that he was a rat by putting 6ix9ine hair on a rat. So, actually, it was kind of funny, not even gonna lie. I noticed it the first time I seen it. But, this song just, I don't know what it is with it. It grew on me. I didn't like it too much at first. I just thought it was mediocre, but it grew on me, and now I can just listen to it anytime. While I wouldn't put it in any of my playlists because it doesn't flow that well in a playlist, Trippie's melody on it's pretty good. The beat is actually really, really neat, and I think of the music video or like an army storming whenever I hear it. I don't know. I have mixed opinions, but at the end of the day, it's a pretty solid track, and I can't deny it that it is one of my favorites, despite the fact that I can't really put it in a playlist considering the length. Which does kinda suck, but I mean, I do have a lot of other long songs, just I can't really see myself listening to this a whole lot. I mean, I feel like if anybody see me listening to this, it'd just be like, I'd have to explain myself why I'm listening to this. It's hard to explain, you know, but I mean, it's a solid track all out, listenable track, and it's pretty great to be 100% honest with you. Okay, so I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I love everything Boz, or B-O-Z, whatever you want to call it, Boz. I think it's everything Boz. I get it that Koi Lee is literally just a female Matt Ox. I think it's a female. Sorry if I'm wrong, but it sounds like a female Matt Ox. But everything Boz, I think that's how you say it. It's just such a great track. Trippie's melody on it's great. Koi Lee is actually okay on the track, despite the fact whoever it is sounds like Maddox. And I can honestly just Trippie, get Maddox on it next time, bro. I'm sorry, I just need to know this person. And next up, we have Immortal featuring The Game, and oh my god, Trippie Redd actually made a track that I can call a masterpiece. What the heck? Why is this song so good? I don't know. Immortal, or The Game, even if he does have a pretty, just kind of generic, according to a lot of people, feature, I actually think it blends in perfect with the beat, and the Trippie Redd and The Game should team up even more, because, oh my god, Trippie Redd's hook on this is phenomenal, Trippie Redd's verse on this is phenomenal, and Ash's bars, The Game is just great, and I can see myself listening to this track literally any time, despite the fact the runtime is a little bit long for a Trippie track. Alright, so before I get into number one, I just wanted to say, like if you enjoyed, comments if you want to, and subscribe, please. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers now before the end of the year. I don't know if it's going to be possible, but if it is, that'd be great, bro. Anyway, so guys, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Or not, it's not even ending yet. I don't know why I said that, but let's just get into number one before I end this video. And yeah, so guys, the best track in my opinion on Explanation Mark by Trippie Redd is Lil Wayne. Now, why is this my favorite track? Well, if you actually listen to the track yourself, because I can't play it, because UMG is going to strike me, this is probably my new favorite Trippie Redd track. I mean, Dark Knight Demo was my first, 9 out of 10 track, or 8.9, I think I rated it, in my head, out of 10 track. I think I was at 8.9, it might have been a 9. This is probably my first, 9.4, I think it is, for Trippie Redd. I might give him a 9.4 on this. This is a really, really good track, and I don't know, there's not much else to say about it. His melody is just so good, and even if the beat sounds like all the other ones, which, if you listen to this album, the beats on this album are kind of repetitive, no offense to Trippie Redd, but, I mean, I just really like it. This video shouldn't have taken so long, guys. Sorry for that. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Video coming out soon, vlog. My friend Dylan's editing it. Peace.